Alrighty, looks like we are live back for another episode. Final Four preview, finally here. Tournament flew by, lots to talk about. I think it's been like 2 weeks since we last been live.
Too long, brother.
Too long. What's up, Simi? How we doing?
Let's go, boys.
Yes, sir. Well, let's not waste any time. Jess, I know you got a lot to talk about since this is your specialty with this craziness in March, even though it's not that crazy, but we're looking at four number one seeds. What's your thought on that?
Oh, man, dude, we're getting right into it. Oh, I was going to save this take for later. Dude, I think some people love it, right? I guess I saw someone say the good that came out of it, I guess, is we're getting the best teams playing. So we're going to have the two best games of college basketball playing. But, we see that in the regular season. Like, we've already seen Auburn and Duke play. We've seen Auburn play Houston, right? We've seen Auburn play Florida already. So I do get the take that we are experiencing the four best teams in the Final Four play, but that's not what the Final Four has been about ever, right? Like, Americans and people across the world love sports because of the teams that work hard all off season and make that jump and are kind of disrespected. It's the UConns that win as an 8 seed. It's the San Diego States, the little Chicagos, right? Like, that's why we love sports. It's the true underdogs that sports isn't a math test. Like, it doesn't add up, and for some reason they get in. So I think the NIL is just gonna create separation where I foresee in the future that we're gonna continue getting this. The players leaving every year, staying way longer than they should, and in college, playing college basketball as seventh year seniors. I don't understand that. And they're going to be going to the best teams, and really they're going to be the ones competing every year. And it's like, at some point, that's what the NBA is for. So I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in it, but it is what it is. At least we have two really good games.
Yeah, I feel like I have a little bit of a different take on that. I like it personally. I think it's cool to see, I think these four teams really stand out for really the entire season, especially. But the only other team that I would really maybe throw in there is Texas Tech. I think they were right on the verge of actually winning that game, and they could very well be in the Final Four. But besides that, we're going to have high-level basketball. But yeah, I agree. It's the NIL that really changed everything. I don't know if it's necessarily a fluke.
Dude, I don't know. As a Division III basketball player who was a part of, this isn't a flex or anything, but we beat Norfolk State my junior year, right? It's like anyone. That's the best thing about basketball is like the UMBC taking down Virginia, right? Like, if you have three guys, like, you can win a basketball game against anyone. But it's like you have Auburn. Look at Auburn and look at Florida. Look at Florida too. Like Clayton Jr., right? He came from Iona. So it's like they are now recruiting guys from mid majors and taking any chance that they have of winning, making a run in the tournament, and they're recruiting them and getting them on their team. And it's just we're gonna see this down the line. And I don't think that's why people tune into to the March Madness tournament. But Alec, what's your take?
I was trying to think. I wonder when the last time all one seeds have been in the Final Four.
Dude, it's been a while.
I'm guessing that's happened before, but
yeah. Let's look it up. I'll look it up. You guys talk.
I don't know. Go ahead, SME.
I agree with Jay. The first thing you were saying, it kind of feels like a early season tournament, like a Battle for Atlantis type.
Right.
All these teams come and try to bolster their out of conference schedules. But also, to Cam's point, it does feel like this is like the epitome of college basketball right here. It's going to be like sort of a NBA type of stage, and we get to see these four teams playing at their primes.
Yeah. I get that take. And all right, so the first time it's happened since 2008. So not that long ago, I guess. So 17 years. Yeah, that's kind of wild. But you see that opening night, right? Like when they schedule Kentucky versus Kansas, when they schedule Michigan State versus Duke, you see it. We already have these games. Like, what you really want to see is these teams that don't get a shot, right, for me personally, like it's the teams that don't get a shot. They'll never, dude. Florida and them aren't going to actually schedule a Drake in the regular season. Like they can't take that hit. Like they don't want to take that hit. So it's like, but like we finally March Madness is their chance to actually get to play those teams and prove themselves. And it's like I feel like we're taking that away from those teams and those programs because of money and the NCAA's greediness to, I mean, like to be frank, like players' greediness to get paid. Like I don't know. It just seems all money based, and it's like that's not what college sports is about. But I mean, I'm luckily I grew up in a family, right? I mean, you can see that like LSU's my team, so like I'm a truest to college sports, not college players, and
Yeah.
and that's what the NBA is for. Like I'll follow players in the NBA, but
hmm Yeah, I think that I hear what you guys are saying. I just think that it's much better to have this than have freaking FAU and San Diego State in the Final Four clowning each other.
why?
That's so hard to watch. Like, yeah, these teams go on Cinderella runs, but I'm not trying to see them, you know, get blown out by 30 in the Final Four. Like, I'm trying to see the best of the best go at it, not these teams that just get hot and like
Bro, but they beat those
they're
teams
not
to get there. They beat those
That's
teams
true.
to
I'm
get
not saying
there.
they don't deserve it, but I'm just saying from a viewer perspective, it's pretty cool to have like four teams that have been pretty dominant the entire year, all going at it, and as the only ones left. So
So that's what I will say is interesting about this year, right? Like these four teams, when they're top 10 all time since the Ken Palm rankings came out, they rank top 10 all time. So I think I could be like recency bias in the sense of like, oh, this is happening because of NIL, but like also it could be just true that like these teams are just like really freaking good. And it's just like an anomaly that these teams are just this good. You know what I mean? Like they are performing. Usually you don't have a freshman in Cooper Flag that was 17 for most of the year playing dominating two ends of the game, right? Like that's an anomaly. Like he's an anomaly player. Like like Clayton Jr., right? Like he usually you don't have a kid come from Iona and dominating in the SEC from Iona. It usually doesn't happen. That's an anomaly, right? Like usually it takes time. It could just be recency bias on my end and like just frustrated with the greediness in the NCAA, but I don't know.
yeah,
These teams are really good. Kind of like you were saying, like this is the best Duke team that I can think of.
Dude, since Shire's team, since
Maybe since
2010.
Shire, yeah. And then Houston is basically the same team that they had last year, just ran it back all with another year of experience.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive what Houston has done and what Samson has done to keep that team. I think they have the least amount of like transfers in their program of guys that play,
Yeah,
which I
no, they
respect.
rolled the same team back out pretty much.
And they're way
you guys,
better offensively.
wait, you guys think this Duke team's better than 22 Final Four team?
Bro, yes.
I was
I
just
think so too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they win, but I mean, obviously, if they win this next game, they'll definitely have gone further.
Bro,
But
think about who they've beaten. I mean, they've already beat Auburn. Like, or do we really want to see them play Auburn again? I mean, you probably do, Cameron. I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I want to
But
see them play Kansas.
I want to see them play Kansas. Yeah. No, I agree, though. I was just trying to think of other Duke teams that have been up there.
Nah, dude, this is the best Duke team since. I mean, and they're probably better than Shire's team talent wise, but like, I mean, we can go ahead and get into it. Like, that's what we were talking about, right? Like here's the question: like, how should diehard college fans feel about the transfer portal, right? Like, would you rather win a championship every 10 years and constantly upgrade coaches and a revolving door of players, or would you rather the previous Duke way, the previous Villanova way, right, where you have guys, culture guys in your program, and you make one, maybe two steady runs when they're junior and senior, and you win conference championships, and you might get a championship out of it, but you might not see a championship for the next 25 years, right? Because when you think about Villanova, this isn't necessarily for Duke, but like for Villanova, right? What, 1986 or 85 they won and they didn't touch the championship. Everyone's like, oh, Jay Wright can't win in March. Like, and then he finally builds a culture, gets a guy. So like, would you rather that style or would you rather a revolving door of players and you're constantly competing for a championship. So but you don't grow in love with the program. You don't grow in love with the culture.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's the age-old question. It's kind of this might be the toughest time to be a college hoops or college football fan that I can remember. It just you have success and then you see your team losing all these transfers and then maybe lose a coach and it almost makes you like numb to what's going on with your program. But I think I'd almost lean towards the 1 year of success, win a natty, and then celebrate that, and then have everyone leave. I think
Really?
that would be my choice there. I
Dude.
get the culture viewpoint though, but I think I'd go for the 1 year.
All right, but what if like for example, why is Buzz Williams leaving Texas A&M? They were ranked top 10 all year. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like that is so dumb. That's not like why are we dealing with that in college basketball? Like I think
Yeah,
that's
he did that to
absolutely
us at Virginia Tech too.
yeah. Like it doesn't make sense. Like why? That's as an A&M, if you were an A&M fan, like bro, it's hard to like that's the sport that's producing that.
Oh yeah, definitely a disgusting feeling. They're probably like, all right, let's just go back to football like how it was.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you lose so much integrity into like what college athletics is supposed to be about. It's like these are pro athletes at this point, like these Power Fives.
Yeah,
No,
but
100%.
that's what makes the UConn back to back pretty impressive, right?
Does it make it impressive, or does it just show you that culture wins?
I mean, I think both. I mean, I think just the fact that they did that in this like NIL environment, it's pretty wild.
Dude, but they didn't. I don't think NIL is like first. It takes kind of like a cycle of kind of like a grad cycle. It takes like 4 years, right? So like yeah, but like I would say this was what is this year 4 of it? We're coming up something like that, right? So like now is really where you're going to see the effects of the rules that came in place 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think UConn hoops fans have it pretty good. Like you were saying, their culture is pretty sound, and they haven't lost coach yet. Even though there've been talks about Hurley going somewhere, he's still standing by the program and the culture that he built. So that they have it pretty good over there.
Yeah, they do, but their guys are going to be leaving with that. He's a knucklehead. But here's a question that Alec, you brought up a good point. Like you would rather that, but where did the shift happen? Where everyone wanted to cut like Calipari's head off when he was doing this with freshmen, but now everyone's okay with it. Like
I don't know.
Like it doesn't make sense to me. Like you have all these people that were so upset with Calipari, which was essentially doing the same thing, but just with freshmen, right? But now I don't know. I
feel like it's more upsetting because you're plucking the kids from schools that they've already like planted their feet at, kind of, and then fans have gotten a chance to come around them. I guess it was different with the freshmen just because they were coming out of high school and they never people didn't know them until they got to Kentucky.
No, facts. And I respect Calipari more than I respect these guys that are recruiting mid-major guys, because at least Calipari's taking a chance on a freshman. Like these guys, you miss your chance to recruit them. Like, and I'm not saying you should punish the kids for that because they were overlooked. I'm not saying that. Like but like, dude, maybe let's hold these coaches to a better standard of being able to like evaluate players. Like how does Clayton get missed on? That doesn't make sense. How do you miss on him?
Yeah, that either speaks to his development at Iona or just a complete scouting miss. Yeah. Not sure which.
Once again, why Rick Pitino is the greatest coach of all time. All right, let's get into these futures. Oh man, that was great. That was a great discussion on that. I think it needs to keep being talked about. All right, so as you can see, we got the futures up. We got Duke at plus 105 currently, Florida at plus 300, Houston at plus 400. and Auburn at plus 550. Cameron, give your takes. What do you like?
Ooh, man, putting me right on the spot.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's hard not to just I'm kind of chalky, especially when it comes to basketball. So it's pretty hard not to take Duke at pretty much even money. Definitely good value. I think that they've, not only shown that they can beat anyone, but also they'll kind of smoke anyone. Even though the scoreboard doesn't always reflect that, I think they do have the capability to really blow any team out. So I do like Duke. I guess one of my questions, and maybe one of you guys can weigh in on this, but I'm kind of surprised that Auburn's odds are longer than Houston's. What's up with that? Is that just maybe the matchup?
No, I think it has everything to do with Broom's injury in the late parts of the Michigan State game. I think he fell on like awkwardly, and he hyperextended his like knee and elbow. But I have an inside source, and apparently he is double jointed in his elbow, and like this happens all the time. And I hear he's going to be good. And no, that's actually true. Like I actually do have an inside source where the owner of my company, he was like really connected to Bruce Pearl's family, but I don't know if I'm even supposed to be putting this out there, but he'll be good.
There you go. Okay.
You know a guy. Yeah. That is some insider information right there.
Yeah. Ball right there.
Yep. Don't fire me.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think the number, like the book, when I'm looking at these odds, you can tell that the book has a lot of respect for Duke.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all like, it's not like we have 8 seeds, an 11 seed. Like these are all 1 seeds, and Duke is like plus 105, and then the next closest is Florida at plus 300. So, I mean, that's like a whopping amount of, just a big discrepancy there. So it's definitely showing that, the book is trying to protect themselves against all the Duke money. So
for sure. Alec, if you were to place a bet slip right now, who are you taking? Where do you see the value?
This has been probably the chalkiest tournament of maybe our lifetime. So my brain is saying go with Duke at even money, but a value bet, I would take Auburn. I have Auburn winning my bracket. I would take them on their future number for sure. I guess I have confidence that Broom will play and that he's double jointed in his elbow.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, the value play would be Auburn for me, but I mean, I could see Duke just again steamrolling the field, continuing with the chalk pattern.
Yeah, I probably lean the same way. I might put a bet slip on Auburn at plus 550, man. Here's why. I think I really like them plus 2.5 against Florida. I don't think Florida is going to beat them twice in the year. They've already beat them once. Bruce Pearl, phenomenal coach. Old team with Auburn. I don't think Florida beats Auburn twice. And then you're just winning one game against Duke. Houston is a tough matchup for Duke, historically speaking, where their guards have struggled in the past against the Baylors, the Houstons, the Arizonas. So I could see Duke struggling if history wants to repeat itself, but I also do believe that the book is giving them respect for a reason, because Duke is a different Duke and they're really freaking good. And they don't have small guards. They have Zion James bringing it up, who's like a NBA linebacker. So I don't know, but I would probably, I'll probably put a ticket on Auburn for sure. The odds are the value's too good there.
I like that flyer on Auburn. And then you were saying that Duke struggles with physical guards. I remember watching them play Georgia Tech in the ACC tournament, and Georgia Tech was kind of 5 out in their grill.
Yeah.
Granted, Cooper Flag did go out of that game for a little bit, but they were struggling for the entire first half with that physical
100%.
Man-to-man defense and I could see Houston taking that same approach.
Play up in passing lanes, jump everything, hard hedge, like
It's
all stuff
annoying.
Houston's going to do. Yeah, just annoying. Foul every
Yeah.
possession, but the refs don't want to call it. It's going to lean on how the refs call the game for sure. Cameron, what do you like?
No, I mean, I think we kind of already covered it for the most part. I would definitely take Duke if I wasn't betting anything. But outside of that, probably Florida. I do like Florida. I have them winning in my bracket. I guess my question to you guys would be, and this includes Houston, like since they were the first ones to play Duke, but what team do you think has the best chance to actually beat Duke or matches up the best with them at this point in the season? Would it be this first matchup against Houston or possibly Florida or Auburn? Doesn't matter.
I say Auburn. Oh, here's why. Auburn will compete physically against them, right? They're extremely well coached. They're old, and dude, Auburn can get hot, man. They can really shoot the ball with Baker Mazzara, who's a Georgia Tech transfer, number 13. What's his name? Not sharp to his name, but anyway, between him and then Broom down low, like they're just gonna put pressure on the bigs to stay out of foul trouble, put pressure on Cooper Flag. I could see. I think Auburn has the best shot of beating them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like that. I was gonna say Houston, but I like that Auburn matchup too. That made me think of one question. Do you guys think either of these matchups? I think the Florida Auburn line's 2.5, and the Duke Houston line's 6.5. Do you guys think there's any chance that any of those teams win by margin, like by 10 plus, or are we going to see some close games here?
Dude, the thing with I could see Auburn blowing Florida out by like 10 plus. I really could. I say
that too.
I say that because dude, Auburn can get hot. They're the best offensive team shooting wise outside of Duke in this tournament. And dude, and like what's the Denver number 2? He's probably one of the best defenders in the country. Like put him on Clayton. Like I think they're really I think Florida's gonna struggle to score. I mean, we saw against Texas Tech. They didn't. I mean, they hit 4 straight threes to end the game. They were down 10. They lost that game. But so I mean, I lean Auburn, and with that question, I think Auburn. Even though I know that's a tighter line, I guess the book is showing Duke has more of a likelihood to win by double digits, but I would say Auburn. What do you think, Cam?
Ooh, it's a good question. I do think that Duke has the capability to win by 15 plus. Could definitely see some margin there. I don't know why, but I disagree about the Auburn Florida game. Well, first off, I think that game's definitely going to be close, but I do think if there is a team to win by margin, it would actually be Florida. I could see Clayton continuing how hot he's been shooting, and they're kind of just a healthier team at this point in the tournament too.
Nah, dude, one player's not going to beat Auburn.
What do you think, Alec?
You guys are head to head on that one. I was leaning with Jay on the Auburn train, but I'll let you guys have the head to head.
All right, I love it. Well, this is a good transition, I think, into the picks. Jace, you got some picks actually, or?
Oh yeah, dude, I do. I like Auburn plus 2.5. I love it actually. I think, dude. I mean, this just typical. Like Auburn was neck and neck with Duke for odds coming into the tournament, and it's just such an overreaction to a guy that checked back into the game after getting injured. They look good against Michigan State. Like Florida didn't look good against Texas Tech. If we're being like completely honest, they lost. But they're getting the number as if they dominated that game. They didn't dominate that game. Auburn actually dominated against Michigan State all around. So I think, and you're counting on. They have a lot of film on each other too. Like this is a in conference matchup. This isn't like right. This isn't Houston versus UConn, or what do we have? FAU versus UConn, right? Like last year, or whoever, right? Like this is tons of film, tons of scouting report, and I think we'll see. But I think Bruce Pearl is the better coach here. I think they're the older team, and I think 2.5 is just. I think Auburn, like I said, I think this number should be 6.5. I think this number should actually be bigger.
Wow. In terms of Auburn as a favorite.
Yeah.
You're flipping the line 8 points.
I am flipping the line 8 points. Let's look. Let's see what it was during the regular season when they were healthy
or something. But
hold on, you guys talk. I'm gonna look this up.
He said Auburn minus 6.5.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Jay, you should open a book, bro, and I'll bet Florida plus 6.5. Give me my money,
dude. I'll straight bet this money line with you, even money.
You'll straight bet at even money
with you. Let's
me?
put 50 if Auburn wins, 50 if Florida wins.
Sure.
Head.
Yeah, I'm down. I think Florida wins this game.
All right, let's see. I'm going. Florida and Auburn have already played. See what the line was. I think
the line is wrong too.
It's so hard to beat a team. Like, you really think Florida's going to sweep Auburn? Dude, guess what it was? Guess what it was in the regular season when they played?
That was definitely Auburn by a good amount.
Guess.
Right?
Guess
Auburn
what it closed at?
4.5.
Was
Auburn.
it
minus 10.5 when they played?
And Florida won. All right.
And Florida won.
There you go. That's crazy, man.
I hear you, but that's why I'm saying my line isn't crazy. It's an overreaction to everything. Florida already beat them. Auburn has a guy got hurt, right? Like, this is typical. This is such a trap. Everyone go bet Florida. Go do it.
Should take an alt spread, Jay.
I'm taking an alt spread with Cameron.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I like Auburn too. I guess if I had to pick one number out of all these choices, I would be on Auburn.
Yeah, I can see actually that game closed at 11, which is crazy.
Crazy.
And what's even crazier is, I was going to say they won by 11. No, they won by 9. Wow.
Yeah.
And then no, that was last year. Never mind.
Can y'all hear Gus barking?
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's his birthday. He can bark if he wants.
Hey, shout out Gus. That's my dog, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out Gus. It's his birthday. Turned 4.
All right. Well, we got a little head to head. I'm down for it. Looks like the tickets right now are on Florida, but the money is on Auburn.
Yes, sir. Come on. I might have to go ahead and bet that game.
Yeah. Looks like trying to see who's on it in the Action Network app. Looks like Dead Press Picks is on Florida money line. That's pretty much it. People are probably waiting to bet it, so we'll see how this number shakes out and closes.
You guys got any plans for the games? You guys gonna do anything? A little off topic, but
crazy.
Trying to see.
Crazy. We could go back to Scottsdale.
Nah, I ain't going back to that place.
Oh no.
6 in a game at 9, pretty much. Sheesh.
All right, you guys want to swing to the next game, Duke versus Houston?
Let's get it.
All right. I saw this line earlier. I put it as +5. That's what it was at earlier. It might be 5.5. I don't know. Now, what is that on Action Network, Cameron?
It's 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I think on DraftKings it was still 5. Let me look.
Looks like DraftKings is 5.5 right now.
Daggum, we're smoked.
It's plus 100 though, so maybe.
Oh, true. Okay. Who do you like?
There's still some 5s out there though, but I like Duke here for sure.
What did the line open
Duke
at?
minus 5.5?
Yeah, I like Duke minus 5.5 for sure. I'm not. So
my mind opened at 6.5, right?
Let's see. That's a good question. Did it?
I think it might have.
not showing me the line movement.
I can look. CBS Sports app.
Oh, here we go. View line movement. Yeah, so it looks like it opened at. I mean, I'm actually not seeing that it got to 6.5.
No.
No, because so it opened at
5.
4.5, and then it got up to 5, and then back down to 4.5, and now it's back up to 5.5.
They're all over the place with this one.
Yeah. Look at that pristine quality.
I was gonna say lean Duke too.
Dang.
But then I also saw that I just realized the Final Four is in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has any
Not with
effect
Duke
on the
fans.
crowd.
Not with Duke fans. I don't think they'll travel.
Yeah, I think this is one where it's like I just don't want to overthink this. I've been looking for ways I feel like to fade Duke and fade this team the entire tournament, but if you're at the point where you really do think this is one of the best teams of all time, and you know Cooper Flag really is that guy, I think this is a good spot to back Duke.
Yeah, I'm gonna be standalone on island here. I think Houston plus 5.5 if you can get it. Also, yeah, don't want to overthink it. Same thing. History repeats itself, man. Duke has always struggled against these type of teams. Always.
They played last year in the tournament, right? And I think Duke actually won. But I know what you mean. But didn't they?
Yeah, irrelevant. Tyrese Proctor is the only one from that team.
Yeah. I think that was NC State.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I mean, Houston's a better Arizona. And they kind of struggled against Arizona. Like, they're a better defensive team, but like in terms of scrappiness and just like I don't know. I always get up, play similar styles, right? They overplay, they jump everything, they like shoot gaps and like just hard hedge will double randomly. Like there's no rhyme or reason to really what they're doing, other than they're just athletic and fast. So and that's just a team Duke has historically struggled with because they're not going to be able to walk it up across half court, run their sets, comfortably come off screen, survey. Like they're going to be pressured and annoyed, and we'll see how they respond. I mean, it'll be interesting because, like you said, I mean, Cooper Flag is different. This team is different, but I don't think they're going to shoot super great.
Yeah, I think it all kind of falls on Proctor. We've seen flashes. No, I'm being serious.
I know you're being serious, but why?
This team, as far as Proctor takes them, we've seen flashes of Proctor. Wasn't he like what? He hit like 6 or 7.
Bro, that's not because of Tyrese Proctor. He's the only one on the court. They're not guarding.
Catch and shoot.
No, I know, but I'm just saying if he's playing like freaking, I don't know, like prime.
He doesn't play like Kemba Walker. He plays like Kyle Korver for this Duke team. Catch and shoot. Don't put the ball on the floor.
Fair enough.
All right, keep going. Keep going with your nonsense. Where are you going? If he keeps.
No, that's it. It's all just going to come back and fall on Tyrese Proctor, man. He's that guy.
No, I see what you're saying. But, he is a big piece. I actually do agree with you.
Because I know what I'm going to get out of Cooper Flag.
And you know how they're going to guard Cooper Flag. And you know he's going to have shots.
Yeah.
Like, Tyrese Proctor has to hit shots.
Yep.
Same with our boy Knipple.
Bruh. I don't understand how that dude's good at basketball.
Bro, he's tough.
You feel like he can do his job?
No. Dude, he is tough.
Luckily, Duke goes.
He is tough.
This is one of the deepest Duke teams too. I feel like they go deep, maybe 10 deep. They have that Gillis guy who can shoot it off the bench. They have the big guard who we were talking about earlier. You said NBA linebacker
Foster.
or NFL linebacker.
He starts.
Yeah.
He starts for him now. Sion James. Sion James.
Sion James.
He's tough. Yeah. They have Foster off the bench. They have Gillis, like you said, from Purdue. And then my boy Pat from PVI. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. No, dude, they, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how those guys. It's gonna be interesting, man. Like, because Duke has really impressed me all year, but like Knipple, whatever his freaking name is, like he's not athletic. Like, and he's slow, but he processes the game fast and he plays the right way. I'll give him that. Like, I'm not gonna take that from him. I actually love the way he plays for what he's been given athletically. But like it's going to be interesting because I don't think they've seen a team as athletic as Houston and as scrappy and as like just talented. Let's look at who did Duke lose to this year? They lost to Kansas at Kansas. Let's look.
Did they take an ACCL too?
I mean, probably.
Clemson beat them, I think.
Yeah, Clemson did beat them. That's shocking. They lost to Kentucky. Interesting. Lost to Kansas. This is all early in the year. 2 of their losses came early in the year, and then 1 loss to Clemson at the end of the year at Clemson. Who did they struggle with? Bro, this Duke team has been so good. Bro, but I think, all right, here's the epitome of, I think, kind of to wrap this up, not to over talk about Duke, but really interesting second half against North Carolina in the ACC tournament. Pressure was turned up. Granted, they didn't have Cooper Flag, but I do think that sort of pressure, relentlessness, they just struggle with, man. They don't make as many good shots. They turn the ball over. Tyrese Proctor becomes a shell of himself. He is no longer Kemba Walker. And they just, I don't know. I'm going to lean. Actually, I don't really lean. I stand pretty solid with Houston plus 5.5. I'll take the
Houston plus 5.5. We can book.
I'll take the island on this one.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good transition into our flag versus pass number 1 picks. So I guess Jess, you want to lead this part?
Yeah, I can.
Would you rather have, right?
So I think it'd be cool to just run a quick segment on this. So this is just comparing Cooper Flag, where he stands right now, versus past number 1 picks. It's pretty interesting. I saw some people discussing this, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to do. So just start throwing some number 1 picks at you and see, in terms of being a prospect, right? Like, where does Cooper Flag stand on previous number 1 picks as a prospect? So first guy starting off, where do you think Cooper Flag? And this is a question for both of you guys. I guess we can just go back and forth, and I'll also speak on it last. So Cooper Flag versus Andrew Wiggins coming out of college. Who would you rather have?
This is kind of a funny one.
Dude, Andrew Wiggins was hyped. He was hyped up coming out of college.
Yeah, it's hard not to take into account like how these guys have panned out in the pros. But for me, I actually think that Andrew Wiggins is a better prospect. Like, if I'm being honest,
more athletic, definitely more athletic.
Yeah, and I think just for that like time, yeah, I mean, I just remember the comparisons to like LeBron in terms of how he played. So I have a slight edge to Andrew Wiggins there.
I think Cooper's more skilled, I want to say, and Cooper's also a little more clunky. But that plays to Cooper's game. I would take Cooper Flag here, I think.
Yeah, I'm taking Cooper Flag. He was also, keep in mind, guys, like, I don't think this is talked about enough, but Cooper Flag was 17, turning 18 for majority of the year. Like, Andrew Wiggins was 19 years old his freshman year. And there's no question. When you have questions about a guy's motor, right, coming out of college, like Andrew Wiggins took games off at Kansas. He still takes games off in the NBA. He takes almost half a season off because of whatever. I don't know. He like cried a little too hard at night. I don't know what happened with him, but whatever. You know, like, so I'm going Cooper Flag. All right. Flag versus Zion Williamson.
I think for me, I probably part of the minority, but I think I saw limitations to Zion's game as a prospect coming out. I mean, we all know his explosive power and his finishing ability, but I think if we're looking at an overall grade for a prospect, it's definitely got to be Flag here.
Yeah, I would probably lean Cooper here as well, just because he can shoot it better. I think if Wiggins was a better shooter, I might lean Wiggins in that first argument, but I guess I would lean Cooper because of Zion's limitations, like you were saying, CK.
Yeah, I lean
Yeah.
Zion here, which is shocking because I'm a big Cooper Flag guy. But Zion, dude, we never seen a player like that in college, man. That explosiveness and like also he was high motor too, like and had triple doubles in college. And I thought I didn't think he would be this lazy. I thought he would develop his body and become a decent enough jump shooter. But obviously, you don't know that, right? Like that's taking into account his NBA career, but just coming out of college where he stood, I think Zion for sure.
That's
Flag
fair.
versus Wemby as a prospect. Wemby, clear as day.
I'm on Team Wemby too. That's an easy one.
That's easy.
And Wemby can shoot it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's easy. All right, Flag versus previous number 1 pick, Ant Edwards. Flag.
It's got to be Flag here.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Flag.
Alex thinking about it. We should make Alec go first.
I like Flag there.
We need to get some.
All right,
I was
Flag
thinking
versus.
about all of Ant's kids in the past 2 years.
Oh man, him and Tyreek
That's
Hill.
beside the point.
Flag versus the future or past prospect of Anthony Davis. This is a tough one. Alec, you're up.
Very tough. I think they actually have similar games. I would lean AD here, but they played very similar at the college level, I feel. CK?
Yeah, this is definitely Anthony Davis. I actually have Anthony Davis graded as my the best prospect I've ever seen in my lifetime. He's my number 1 prospect, so I'd go with AD here.
Dude,
Coming out, yeah.
I'd probably go Flag. They do have very similar games. I think Cooper Flag's a little bit better offensively, but their college careers have a chance to align very, very similarly. Excuse me. Because like they could both win a national championship as a freshman, right? Like very, very similar in that regards.
Yeah.
In terms of
and they both
playing style too. Like it's very interesting. Like that, I think that's a good NBA comparison. Obviously, AD is bigger, but I don't know. All right, Flag versus the past number 1 pick of our favorite player, who is somehow still in the league, Ben Simmons. Dude, he was
Ben
hyped.
Simmons. I gotta go Ben Simmons.
Hey, LeBron, you're good. You can retire.
We got Ben Simmons.
We're good. We're good now. It's funny to watch back on.
Yeah.
Simmy, who'd
Ben
you say?
Simmons.
I said Ben Simmons. I don't even know what NBA team he's on right now. It's probably so smart.
Clippers.
Okay, he's on the Clips.
He blew a layup the other night.
He's a clown. He's a clown. He was a damn good looking prospect out of Montverde, though.
Yeah, was he almost a better prospect coming out of high school than he was college?
That's a fact, yeah.
College hurt.
Could he ever shoot it though? Could he shoot it at Montverde?
Bro, yeah. He was so once again, not to flex, but I played against Ben Simmons in high school and he had 29 on us in the first half and we only had 22 as a team. And I didn't go to a bad high school. We were ranked also. I mean, yeah, so kind of crazy.
But he was shooting threes like that?
Yes, bro. He pulled up just inside of half court and hit a buzzer beater on us. Like, didn't even hesitate. It was kind of wild. And then he just went to LSU. I don't know. I don't know what happened to these guys. And get just a case of the yips, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he lost it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it was almost smart for him to go to LSU? Like, do you think he was able to like maybe hide some of his flaws and still come out as like the top overall prospect and number one pick?
It's a good question. Dude, we're also kind of disrespecting a guy who does have an all-star. Like he can do some things. Like so.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
It's funny. Yeah, we're acting like
we're acting like he's that guy that came from UNLV.
Anthony Bennett.
We're acting like he's Anthony Bennett. No, I don't think it helped him going to LSU. I think he would have performed anywhere. And like, dude, 6'9" can defend, can get anything off in college. Like it.
He's like 6'9".
All right, well, I think he was listed 6'9" at LSU.
Not true.
No,
my point is, I think he's like. I mean, I would say he's bigger than Cooper Flagg in terms of like.
Yes, but Ben Simmons was 20 at LSU.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
So okay, the camera.
Wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't get my take. Let me go with Ben Simmons for sure, though. I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised that Timmy is on Ben Simmons. I thought I'd be the only one, but yeah, similar stuff. I just want to like we have to remember like Ben Simmons was hype. Like, he was that guy.
Cooper Flagg's a better prospect. Motor, defender, passer, decision maker, basketball player.
Not passer. That's the only thing I was
defender as a prospect.
No, I was just saying things that he also does. Like he's not a better passer than Ben Simmons. I agree, but he is capable enough combined with his IQ and motor and shooting ability where he's just a better offensive player.
Yeah, I just don't think Ben loved the game.
He just wanted to be a pro. Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted the money.
But I would do say defender. To your point, I think Cooper Flagg's a better defender. He blocks more shots. He like plays off ball. Like sure, Ben Simmons may be a better arm ball defender, but I don't think overall defender and just IQ basketball player. No, I wouldn't take Ben Simmons there. All right, last one. Cooper Flagg versus the past number one pick of your guy Paolo Banchero, also a Duke guy. I mean, I think this is obvious.
CK, that's your boy.
Yeah, I'm a big Paolo guy.
Don't take account to how he's performed in the NBA, just as a prospect.
No, I know.
He wasn't even the clear-cut number one pick.
You go first, Simmy.
I'd go Cooper here. I think we got everything out of Cooper and I think Cooper's doing it at a higher level. Yeah, easy lean Cooper. Jay?
Easy lean Cooper Flagg. Like, bro, he's going to most likely win a national championship, puts up better numbers than Paolo did, and has no competition of the number, like people were actually debating if Paolo should be the number one pick. Like, there's no debate who the best player in college basketball is. Right? Like that tells you.
Yeah, that's fair, and I can agree with that. I just think for me personally, it's really close. Like I want to say Banchero, but I mean you have to give me the benefit of the doubt that I did like since before he was drafted say this guy needs to go number one. He's like going to be the best prospect in this draft. I've just always
you didn't say
personally
best,
been really high.
You say he's the best player in the draft.
Oh,
as a prospect,
a prospect, I guess.
Like prospect deals with age, potential, everything, right? Like size, IQ. Like we're talking about everything here.
Yeah, I agree. There's more areas where Cooper Flagg is better. There's a couple things that Paolo does that it's just like, dude, like an 18-year-old at Duke that was 250 pounds that could just move his 19. Body in the post like that should not be able to do that. Yeah, he's a year older than Flagg was when he was at Duke.
Yeah, he did pretty much.
Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, he did similar stuff, but he didn't really win as much.
Yeah, I mean, he got to the Final Four, but yeah, you're right. He didn't
like dominate regular season.
You're right. I think
win on a nightly basis. Yeah, like he took nights off.
Yeah, and he didn't separate himself as like that guy. So I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%. All right. You guys want to get into a different sport? We've been talking about college basketball for a while.
Yeah, let's talk NBA
It's the
real
same
quick.
sport,
So
brother.
we've got a big. Oh shoot, my bad. You want to talk? Oh, you
No,
guys are
you're
trying to
good. We can go NBA.
basketball.
Let's keep it on the same sport.
All right, so we got a big game tonight. We got the Lakers and the Warriors going at it. The Lakers are actually the home team. Line right now, last we looked at it, was Lakers minus 1.5. It looks like for the most part, both teams are pretty healthy. I only saw that Kuminga was on the injury report or listed as out for the Warriors. So we're going to see Luka, LeBron, Steph, Jimmy B all going at it tonight. The Lakers, I believe, have won the two or three previous matchups, but they're going for for the series or the yearly sweep here against the Warriors, and they are at minus 1.5. Simi, what's your lean? What you thinking, man?
I feel like the Dubs always get up for these matchups with the Lakers, and it's in LA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Steph has not historically played well in LA.
The line is super short, so that makes me want to lean to the Dubs. I think Gary Payton is also out. Kuminga would be huge to have for the Dubs. I feel like LeBron is going to play. I'm not sure if he played their previous game, but back for tonight. I think the Dubs with Jimmy just have a lot of flow. And the short line definitely makes me lean Dubs plus the 2 or plus the 1.5. What do you guys think?
You want me to go, CK?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, dude, initially I totally leaned the Lakers here. And I probably still do. I actually really liked the Lakers when I first saw this line. Just because I don't think the Lakers are playing that great of ball. I mean, they just lost to Chicago. So I don't think they're playing great, but I do think the Warriors struggle in LA and they struggle against the Lakers. Austin Reeves seems to love getting up and playing against the Warriors. I don't know why, but he loves playing against the Warriors. But I don't know if he's played against the Warriors with Jimmy Butler out there. So that is an interesting dynamic, something to watch. But I talked to you about this earlier, Cameron. I think when I hate fading Steph in hot pockets. Like once he has one game where he snaps, he usually goes on like a 10-game stretch of averaging 30 and just backpacking a team. And they're playing, like I saw they moved up to the 5 seed in the West. So they're playing to stay out of that. Like they could pass the Lakers potentially. They're like, I think 2 games back from the Lakers taking over the 4 seed. So I think they are like still playing for something. So this game matters. So I mean, it's gonna be a head-to-head clash, and I think I just gotta go with the home team. I think I'm on the Lakers, even though I love Steph and I love what he's probably gonna do tonight. So I may have to bet a player prop Steph over 30, and also just go with the Lakers just so I can feel good about the bet.
That's fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm in agreement on the side. I like the Lakers here. And another guy I think that usually gets up to play against the Warriors is none other than Luka Doncic. I mean, we know how much he. Why are you making that face? We've talked about this. We know how much he.
Bro, Luka gets exposed in pick and roll against the freaking Warriors.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, on the defensive end, he's getting exposed by any team. I mean, but I mean, I think he likes Steph. He likes the culture. I know he likes Steph and Steve Kerr and how they've done things and the success they've had. I just feel like he would get up against Steph Curry and Steve Kerr. So I expect Luka to have a big game and kind of show why he is the difference maker and best player on the court tonight. So let's go with the Lakers, man. What, man?
You think Luka's the best player on the court tonight?
Yes. What type of question is that? Come on, man.
It's a pretty good argument. I go Steph there, but
bro,
Luka got no rings, boy.
Luka got swept by the Warriors, boy.
No rings.
bro, you guys, like, we're talking about this version right now of this 36, 37-year-old Steph Curry.
And
Yes.
Luka
Still a
has not been
dog.
playing that great.
No,
Bro,
I
I'm
know, but
telling you, watch Steph. He does this, bro. He's gonna average 30 for like the next 10 games. When he goes off for like 12 threes in a game, he always does this. He'll have like another game where he has 10. He'll have another game
but
where
you
he
know
has
when
11.
but you know when he gets sleepy out there, man, like he's just like
Bro, but he never follows up. He like gradually gets sleepy. comes back from like Christmas break, or like Aisha, posts something like provocative on Instagram and he has to deal with her headache. Like, bro,
Aisha
like that.
nagging him. Man. Come on, man.
What?
I said Aisha be nagging him.
I know she'd be nagging him, and that's when he gets sleepy, bro. Like when the females are distracting him, when the things aren't right at home, when she's not cooking good meals.
She's not cooking. Come on, man.
She's a chef. It's not that has nothing to do with women having to cook.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good sign. So we got Simi on the Warriors, and Jesse and I are leaning towards the Lakers. Let's touch on the MVP race.
Yes.
This thing is tightening up. I thought for a second, or before the other night when Jokic dropped 60 plus, even though they lost, and we can talk also about the Westbrook fiasco there. But I thought that Shea was kind of running away with this. But even though, again, they did lose, that performance that Jokic had, having a triple double with 60 points, I mean, that's just insane. Who do you guys lean to right now for taking the MVP? And does this person, or does the person you lean towards actually deserve it?
I think Jokic. I think Jokic deserves it, man. Plain and simple. I mean, Shea's balling. He's having a career year from the free throw line, but I do think it's just. I think Jokic is the best player in basketball right now. What he's doing is pretty insane. And I mean, you can make the argument of just like being bored of him as the MVP, and I mean a foreign guy as the face of the NBA, but Jokic he's talented, man, and he's putting up some crazy numbers and also winning, and it's pretty unguardable. Yo, CK, you're back.
Yeah, we lost him. No voice, CK.
He's sick. Dude, I don't think CK knows how to work technology sometimes, man.
No, it's just the camera be dying, man. I don't know what's up.
I think my headphones are about to die too.
It's got
Was there a mess?
An hour life.
Oh man, who do you like, Alec, for the MVP?
I wanted to know what the odds were. I think
I guess
Shea.
that does matter.
I think Shea has it on lock.
I'll let you know. Yeah, I think he has on lock.
Yeah, I'd lean Jokic with you. I think this is kind of Lamar and Josh Allen type.
Yeah.
Little voter fatigue, which it sucks that that happens because I feel like Jokic could have won like 5 MVPs in a row.
Dude, yeah. Good point. That's a good point.
Because Embiid kind of did this to him too.
Dude, yeah, that's a great point. Oh, wow. So is minus 2,000 for regular season MVP for Shea and plus 900 for Jokic.
Yeah, he's got it locked, which is crazy.
That's just voter fatigue. I think you're absolutely right. Like, no one's scared to play Shea and OKC in the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah,
I know that's not the award, but like, dude, there's so many things that Jokic does better and like is performing better like statistically than him. Let me look at this. I gotta look at this. This is crazy.
Shea's surrounding cast is kind of impressive too. I feel like Jokic has good players around him, but I feel like if you subtract Jokic from that environment, it just all crumbles.
They're very I would say like they're very they're not like top heavy, the OKC Thunder. Like they're just very steady. They have a lot of like good above average players where I don't know. Can you say the same about the Nuggets? I used to think Jamal Murray was decent, but I'm not a huge fan.
Russell Westbrook kind of took that team over low key.
Yeah, even though fiasco, dude. Why
Couple
can't
of
I find?
blunders, yeah.
Dude, Jokic is just so good, dude. Let's look what he's averaging. What is he? He's shooting 58% from the field, 42% from three, almost 13 rebounds, 10 assists a game, and 30 points a game. Dog. And the crazy thing is, like, he's not even a point guard. Like, he doesn't even dominate the ball the way. Dude, he's such a talented basketball player.
You said
Like,
he's
just
shooting 42% from three.
from three, yeah.
That's cracked.
Like, he's just gifted. Like, he just understands how to play the game. Where, like, I mean, Shea is also gifted in other ways, but definitely not as good of a basketball player, I would say, as the Joker. Let's see what he's averaging. So he's shooting 52% from the field, 37% from three. Not terrible. 33 points a game, 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Like, that's what I'm saying. And he's like, his usage rate is probably, I mean, you could fact check me on this, but it's probably so much higher than the Joker's. Cam, you're muted. I unmuted you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Are you good? You here to stay?
I'm here to stay. Yeah, I was just looking at the comparison of the numbers. This is tough, man. I don't think I lean Jokic at all.
What?
It's kind of hard to here.
How?
Let me
Voter fatigue.
There's several reasons.
All right, let's hear them.
Talk to me, Jay.
All right, let me go full screen so I can see this.
Oh.
Yeah, what do you mean talk to you? What?
What do you mean talk to you?
Well, there's a lot of green on the left and less green on the right. Like, what are we?
Yeah, wait. What is TRB?
Total rebounds.
Total rebounds per game.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, how does the Joker average more steals than an athletic guard? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I mean, again, I mean, you can argue this, but we do know, like, let's keep it a buck. They never come out right out and say this, but the two most important things is points and winning. And, you know, the Thunder are the 1 seed right now. They're insane. So I think this is definitely Shea.
Is that the most important thing? I think you can come out and say that the most important thing is voter fatigue. I mean, Alec brought up a great point. We see it in the NFL too. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair too. That's definitely
has nothing to do with what's going on the screen. Because if it did, if both of these guys have never won an MVP, right, and we were looking at this, Jokic would be the MVP. Because what you're saying, Cameron, then why did Embiid win over the Joker? What was it last year? 2 years ago? 2 years ago?
Did the Joker average more?
Yes, more wins, more points.
Voter fatigue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So take the same argument then. So are we going to take Embiid's? No, we're not going to take Embiid's MVP.
Yeah.
Enjoy that as you retire, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, come on, bro. Basketball is job, man. That's all it is for this guy.
Yeah. Dude, he loves horses.
It's just job. So, but yeah, no, that's fair. That's a fair take.
All right, man. This is the best time of the year. The Final Four this weekend, closing out, and then we're right on to it, man. We're right on to what, the best nap you'll ever have in your life, where you eat food, preferably, after church. You get a little tired. You take a 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock nap, and then you wake up and you see the last 5 holes of the Masters on Sunday. It's beautiful. Alec, who do we got? Scotty Scheffler to repeat?
Sheesh. There's a lot to like about Scotty for sure. A couple other guys hanging around. I like Morikawa a lot. I feel like Rory's also in a pretty good spot with his game. But yeah, Scotty, a definite favorite. Who do you like over there, though, Jay?
Dude, who do I like? Golf is so hard, and because it's so course dependent, right?
Don't overthink it, man.
Dude, it's hard because it's not like it's a team versus a team. There's so many golfers, right? The field is so big, and there's so many talented players. I don't think Rory can putt good enough. I think Bryson gets himself in trouble with the driver. I mean, Scotty has so much pressure to repeat, but like he doesn't even. I don't even think Scotty likes golf that much. He just goes out there and plays. So I'm gonna give. I think it's gonna be between Brooks Koepka and Scotty Scheffler. Wait, Brooks isn't playing, is he? He's hurt. Is he hurt?
Koepka's fine.
He's playing, right? Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I like Brooks and Scotty. Those are probably my two picks. Brooks plays well at the Masters too, man, and at majors. But Morikawa was a nice pool. He hasn't won a green jacket. I think this could definitely be his year.
Colin's so steady. I saw a stat that an American has won the last 7 majors. I think that's accurate.
So John Rahm was the last one to, and it happened to be the Masters, right? 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably. Cameron, you got a take? Are you gonna watch? Are you gonna watch or not? Do you watch? You turn it on?
Nah, yeah, I've got a couple guys I like. I mean, you guys touched on them. I like John Rahm a lot. I think he's undervalued in this tournament. Still playing at the top of his game. But I mean, dude, give me for my best bet though, give me Justin Thomas. I think he's ready to take it, man.
Dude, he's Alec. What do you think about that? I don't like Justin Thomas at all. He'll go out and shoot a course record. The Masters is just a terrible place to have a really bad day. And he has some bad days.
Yeah.
Like if you have a bad day at the Masters, you're going to be sitting at like +8, you know, and like you can't come back from +8.
Yeah.
You have to take concern.
So you think Brooks has a better chance than him?
Than Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the odds right now. Brooks is actually +3,500. Justin's +2,200.
Interesting.
But yeah, what do you think about Dustin?
I mean, I don't know. He hasn't been relevant in a while for a major, I guess, since the
DJ kind of washed. I'm in Spieth.
Yeah. No, Spieth's playing good this weekend. He's in the top. He's in the hunt this weekend. He's getting better.
He's washed.
What about Jason Day, Jay?
I don't care about. Spieth plays well at the Masters though. Like he plays well at that course. What is Spieth's odds, Cameron?
Plus I think +3,500. So it's the same as
So your top guys are probably going to be your top guys are going to be Bryson, Scotty, and Rory.
No.
Morikawa.
Well, you got 2 of the 3.
Who are the top 3 Who are the favorites?
So you got Scotty's 1, Rory's 2, and then who's 3? You should know. Come on, man.
Is it? I don't know. Is it Rahm?
Yeah, John Rahm. Come on, man.
Who's 4 then?
Ludwig.
Oh yeah, he plays well.
And then
he came in second last year, right?
5th is Colin Morikawa.
He's Japanese.
And then Bryson's after that.
True. You think, Alec, a live guy's going to win? Or do you think it's going to be a PGA guy? I mean, I don't even know if this matters anymore. They seem to relax the tensions between the live and PGA guys.
I think it's a PGA guy.
True. I think YouTube golf has kind of been YouTube golf has kind of been the bridge between Live and PGA.
Facts, yeah. It kind of made everyone chill out, like stop
Yeah.
being so stick.
Yeah, such nerds. Golf purists can't have any fun. Shout out Good for that.
The worst. Yeah, thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube. All right. Man,
You want to
that
do
pretty
that?
much
You want to do that poll thing, Jay?
yeah, let's do it. I mean, I guess we can keep it between us three. See how we do. So I was describing this earlier, but you pick 6 golfers, all right, to finish. The 6 golfers who you think are going to finish the best, and your tiebreaker is of the 6 golfers that you pick, who has the closest score to the combined lowest score to par, if that makes sense. So if I was to pick, I would probably go. This is really hard. I never have won this. I play this in a work pool, and I came in second one time, but I've never won. But my 6 golfers that I would probably pick, I mean, you just gotta go Scotty. I go Rory. I would go Bryson. I go Brooks. I would go Spieth, and then I always pick and then I'll do like an oddball, like Tony Finau. Someone that someone you don't tell people who you usually pick, because like you want to be able to be the one that picks one that no one else picks, because that can win it for you. If like they jump up the leaderboard, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Scotty, Rory, Bryson, Brooks, Spieth, and Tony Finau
Yeah.
as your 6. Okay.
And I would probably, if I had to pick a score lowest to par, I would go. I would probably go like minus 32.
Wait, so you have to guess the score too?
Yeah. So how it works is like, say, so you only take your top 4 golfers, but you get to pick 6, because you do that because like just to make sure you have guys that get past the cut. I've had it years where I don't even get. I get disqualified. You get disqualified if you don't have 4 guys make the cut, but you have to have 4 guys make the cut. So playing on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And so it's your 4 guys lowest to par score, and you want them to be at the top of the leaderboard. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably go. So with that being said, you pick your 4. I would go minus 29. That would be my tiebreaker score. So like if we have the same, so for example, Scotty, Rory, Bryson, and Brooks, like those 4 guys are probably going to be picked a lot across. Like if you have a big pool, like a lot of guys are going to have those 4. So if they're the top 4 golfers, right, you have to have a tiebreaker.
Gotcha.
And the tiebreaker would be who picked the closest of the combined score.
Yeah, and that's between the 6, not the 4, right?
Between the 4. It's your top 4. It's your top 4 golfers, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can put me down for minus 29.
Minus 29, all right.
And we'll see how we do in the future.
Cool. All right, Simi, who you got?
My 6, I have a couple that overlap with Jay. I got Scotty, Rory, Colin Morikawa, Ludwig Aberg, and then 2 flyers on Minwoo Lee, who just won the tournament last weekend, and then Jake Knapp, who I just like the swing. He's got a butter swing, so taking 2 flyers on those guys, and then 4 of the bigger names.
Smart.
And let's see, the tie break, I would go minus 26.
All right, minus 26. Not bad. Yeah, I would go with Rory. I'm gonna go with Shane Lowry. Actually, I think he's gonna bring his best game.
That's a good name.
Yes, sir. And then I mentioned him earlier. Give me Justin Thomas. I'll throw Scotty in there too. And then I think that's 4. So my last 2 flyers, not really a flyer, but give me Xander. And then I'm going to take another flyer. Yeah, I'll go with Tony Finau. It's my last one.
Dude, you know who is like a great pick in this, who I might do it in my office pool? Patrick Reed. For some reason, that cheater always does. He always does great at the Masters. But dude, interesting. Alec, this is kind of geared towards you. Because Cameron, I know you're not a huge golfer. Do you think if you started on the green of every hole that you could win like further, so you're the furthest point away from the hole on the green though. You're on the green. Do you think you could win the Masters?
That's a crazy one. A crazy one. The putter better be going well, but I know how I can putt balls across greens and make new putting reads for myself. So literally just going back and forth across the green. I definitely I still don't think I could win. Even on like those par fives where you have a big green and a lot of chances to make a putt, I could turn those into 5 putts for sure.
Dude, you could turn those into 8 putts.
That's a fact, yeah.
Dude, when someone asked me this and I was like, dude, totally. But then I was reminded of Ernie Els. I don't know if you remember this. It was like 5 years ago, I think. Ernie Els, like, I think he 6-putted on the first hole with like inside 4 feet. And so I was like, yeah, no shot. If a pro can't, he 6-putted inside 4 feet. Bro, you know what we would be doing out there? Be terrible.
Yeah, I got a better question. What if? So I guess your answer to that is no, right, Jesse?
Nah, yeah, no shot.
But what if? So what if you could? So let's say you start still at the furthest point, but you start on the edge of the green, and this does not count as a stroke, but you could chip it. Does that make sense? And then once you're on the green, your strokes start. So basically, you have a chance to not just start putting as far as possible, but you have a chance to get closer.
I think that'd be worse for me.
And that doesn't count as a stroke.
I think it'd be worse for me.
Oh, okay.
Can I putt off the like, I guess the fairway you're considering it? So can I putt?
Oh, you would still, yeah. I mean, you would still be like at the furthest point. Like you would just be a little further back, and you get a free stroke to just.
Yeah. I'm on the fairway, but do I have to chip it though? That's my question. Can I putt it?
Yeah, you can putt it. I guess that's like a different game.
Because I wouldn't want to chip it because those greens are so fast. I'd be like nervous, like I wouldn't be able to stop it.
But I feel like that would give you a chance.
I could putt it close. Yeah, so I mean, you're just subtracting one. You're just subtracting one stroke off the previous, pretty much.
Yeah,
basically. But I guess you can get it closer though in that one stroke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, nah. I think if I had to chip it, I don't think I could do it. If I could putt, I think I could maybe do it.
Yeah. What about I mean, do you think you can make the cut though?
Dude, I would hope so. Daggone, man.
Daggone, man. That's a good point.
Dude, that'd be wild.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way, like, they should do like a lottery and pull like a name out of a hat and like do challenges like that for the Masters.
That'd be pretty cool. Like have a Joe play.
Yeah, like a Joe play. A Jace play. Dude, Jace. Might be a more common name than Joe.
At this point, dude. So many Jaces.
Oh, man. That was a good episode, boys.
Yes, sir. Got anything else, Jace? Or
no, I'm good. What about you, Alec? I think my man's headphones died. Is he there? All right, well, I'll sign us off, man. We had some technical difficulties this episode, but as always, this is Black and White Takes. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel at Black and White Takes. We love talking sports and you guys tuning in, man. We love doing this. And as always, we're going to be bringing you guys, just funny content, some of the best sports content you can get. So things are ramping up. We're going to be committing to the grind and getting on here at least once a week. We are back from Scottsdale and kind of the shenanigan activities are coming to an end, and we're going to get into a good flow here. So what did you say? You muted yourself, brother. God dang, dude. Technical.
I said we're back on the routine, back on the podcast, back in the gym, doing it all. So we're ready, man. Shout
out Macro Factor, man.
Yes, sir. Got a challenge coming up. We'll be showing the physiques maybe next episode.
Dude, yeah, we should do that. Well, not next episode. And like 2 episodes. We've been
Yeah.
grinding in the gym, but be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir. Simi, you got anything else? Oh no, I think he's muted.
Technical difficulties, man. We got